children, I am Rajashri ma'am, and this is the second part of this session, the explanation of the drama Making Friends. The scene changes, it is scene 2, the place also changes, and the curtain had fallen before it to rearrange the stage, and again the curtains rise now to show Laurie looking out of his window. The place has changed. It was in the scene 1 it was the house of Joe, but now it is the house of Laurie from outside, and Laurie is looking out of his window. Laurie is the nickname of the boy Lawrence who was mentioned in the scene 1, and he's looking out of the window, and Joe throws a handful of snow towards him. She tries to come to his notice so that he can notice her. Laurie turns his head to look at Joe, and she became successful in to come to his notice. And Laurie turns his head and look at Joe. Joe, how do you do? How do you do means how are you? Are you sick? Laurie, in a croaking voice. His voice is cracked, and that is why it is croaking. That means making a harsh and low sound. And I have had a bad cold and have been shut up for a week. So that is why I am staying at home for a week. I can't go outside. Joe, I am sorry. What do you amuse yourself with? Amuse yourself with? Amuse means to make happy, someone happy. How do you make yourself happy by this time? Don't you read? Laurie, not much. They won't let me. They means the persons of his family didn't let him because they thought that it would make him more sick. Joe, can't somebody read to you? No one else can read to you. Laurie, Grandpa does sometimes, but my books don't interest him. And I hate to ask Brooke all the time. Brooke, maybe someone at his house. Joe, have someone come and see you then. Do some people come to you, person come to you to meet you. Laurie, there isn't anyone. No, there is no one. I would like to see. He would like to see. Boys make such a row. That means they make so much noise, the boys. Joe, isn't there some nice girl who would read it and amuse you? Okay, you don't like boys, then is there not a girl to amuse you? She is making a joke because she is a girl. Laurie, don't know any. No, I don't know any girl. Joe laughingly, you know us. Yes, you know us. Laurie, so I do. Will you come, please? Now it comes to his mind. Okay, oh, there is a girl before him, and so he requests her to come to his place. Joe, I am not quiet and nice, but Joe again is joking and says, but I am not quiet and nice. I will come if my mother will let me. If my mother allows me to come, then I will come to your house. I will go and ask her. Shut that window like a good boy. And now you shut the window. I am going to ask my mother whether I would come I will come or not. And by that time, you shut the window because there is severe cold outside, and so that you do not get any more cold, catch any more cold. Again the scene changes. This is scene 3, where the curtains rise. We see a young boy in a flutter of excitement and the idea of having company. This is Lawrence. The boy is Lawrence, and he is very much excited. Flutter means flapping of wings by the birds. But here he is like a bird, and going here and there in excitement. Excitement means a great feeling. And the idea of having company, he's so happy that he would get a company. He frequently glances at the door. Frequently means again and again. Glances, that means he looks at the door again and again, frequently glances, as if expecting someone, hoping. Expecting means hoping. He is hoping that Joe would come. Bell peals in the distance and the boy stops. Peals means rings. And bell was pealing uh, in the distance and the boy stops, transfixed. He is not able to move. That means his head on the side as if listening to something. He was actually trying to hear the sound of the coming of the footsteps of Joe, but the bell was pealing and he couldn't understand that whether she was coming or not. So he was transfixed. That means he was not being able to move. He was trying to um, hear the sound of the footsteps of Joe. A maid walks in from the right to announce that a young lady has come to see him. And at that time, maid had come and announced. That means declares that a maid has come. Young lady has come. Joe, here I am. Lorry, all right, show her up. It's Miss Joe. Okay, show her up means um, bring her here. Joe appears with a covered dish in one hand and bathes three kittens in the other. With a dish and three kittens. Joe, here I am, bag and baggage. That means with all my belongings or all my possessions. I have come with my everything. Mother sent her love and would be glad if I could do anything for you. Meg wanted me to bring some of her blamans, and Beth thought her cats would be comforting. So blamans means one was sweet dish or dessert with fruit flavor, and Meg has sent her some blamans in a plate, and Beth has sent her cats. So who maybe comfort Lawrence in his illness. I knew you would laugh at them, but I couldn't refuse. I know it would be you will laugh at them, laugh at the kittens, but Beth had requested me, so I couldn't refuse. Laurie smiles as Joe uncovers the blamans. That looks too pretty to eat. And Laurie says that blamans is so pretty, it is looking so pretty that I cannot eat them because it will be destroyed. Joe, tell that girl to put it away for your tea. It's so smooth, it will slip down without hurting your sore throat. And he has throat ache. That is why it is very smooth and it will not hurt your throat. I came to amuse you. Shall I read aloud? Laurie, thank you. If you don't mind, I would rather talk. She wanted to read him some story, but he requested, no, I want to talk with you. Joe, not a bit. I can talk all day. Beth says I never know when to stop. That means I always go on talking without stopping. Joe, not a Laurie anxiously. Is Beth the rosy one who stays at home a good deal and sometimes goes out with a little basket? And it is in that Lawrence would know every one of the sisters. And so he could recognize who is Beth, and he says that rosy one. She was good looking and stays at home a good deal and sometimes goes out with a little basket. Joe, yes, she's my girl and a regular good one. She's too. She's very regular good one means she's very normal. She's not tomboyish or something else like her. She's a tomboyish boy, and but Beth is normal. Laurie, the pretty one is Meg, and the curly haired one is Amy. He described all the girls. Joe looked surprised. How did you find that out? Lorry, why? You see, I often hear you calling to one another, and I can't help looking over at your house. I always see your house and watch you all the sisters. I beg your pardon for being so rude. Rude means unmannered. One should not look into anyone's house. So he is saying that I have become so rude. I am so rude. But sometimes you forget to draw the curtain at the window where the flowers are, and when the lamps are lighted, it's like looking at a picture to see the fire and you all around the table with your mother. Actually, he notices everything of makes Joe's house. He knows everything about them, but he was too shy, and that is why he couldn't be friend with them. Her face is right opposite. It looks so sweet behind the flowers. I haven't got any mother, you know. His lips twitch. Twitch means move suddenly and involuntarily. Actually, he was suppressing his cry. Joe, in the remember of his mother, remembrance of his mother. Joe, gently, you will never draw that curtains anymore. We will never draw the curtain anymore. I give you leave to look as much as you like. I just wish, though, instead of peeping, you would come over and see us. Then Joe says, "There's okay. I will never draw the. We will never draw the curtain. You can look at our house as many times as you want, but I would be more happy. I would be happier if you would come to our house." Mother is so splendid. She is very, very good. Splendid means very, very good. She would do you heaps of good. She would comfort you, and we will have jolly times. Jolly times means happy times. Wouldn't your grandpa let you? Wouldn't your grandpa let you means allow you to come to our house? Lorry, I think he would if your mother asked him. If your mother asked him, then he would allow me to go to your place. He is very kind and he lets me do what I like. Pretty much. Pretty much means almost all the thing I want to do, he allows me to do. Only he is afraid I might be a bother to strangers. But he gets afraid that if I would not make any trouble. Bother means trouble to the strangers. Joe interrupting, making obstruction. Interrupting means, but we are not strangers. Strangers means who do not know one another. But so Joe says, no, we are not strangers. We are neighbors. And you needn't think it would be a bother. We want to know you. Joe and Lorry start talking about books. Lorry, come down and see our library. Grandpa is out, so you needn't be afraid. Joe, tossing her head, I am not afraid of anything. And Lorry asks her to come to their library and see the books, and wanted her to not to be afraid. And Joe says, no, I don't get afraid at anything and afraid of anything. So here the scene ends, and we will discuss the next part in the next video. Till then, goodbye.